Welcome to your Taylor Council Connection. My name is Daniel Seguin, and this is a recap of the August 13th, 2026 City Council meeting. The meeting began with the consent agenda, non-controversial and routine items that can be voted on with a single vote. These items included a joint election agreement with the Williamson County Elections Division to administer the city's November 3rd special election and approval of the ordinance formally calling that election for the 7 proposed charter amendments. The charter is the city's constitution, and these amendments, recommended by the Charter Review Commission and covered in previous meetings, will now go before voters as 7 separate propositions in November. The consent agenda also included final approval of an employment center plan for property located at 3311 West 2nd Street, a roughly 1.7 acre site introduced at a previous meeting, along with 2 amended tax abatement agreements, one with Compal Technology and one with SoulBrain. After the city readopted its tax abatement guidelines in May, as required by state law, staff updated these existing agreements to align with the new guidelines and, in SoulBrain's case, to consolidate an earlier amendment into a single document. The incentives, investment commitments, and job obligations previously approved by the council remain unchanged, and no new abatements or incentives were added. The consent agenda further included the purchase of 2 autonomous mowers for $60,000 to maintain the city cemetery, the wastewater treatment plant grounds, and other city maintained areas. Public works staff currently spend significant time mowing these areas during the growing season, and the mowers are intended to free up that staff time for street maintenance and other efforts. Finally, the council received the 2026 tax rate calculation worksheet and a related sales tax certification, both routine steps in the annual budget process. On the regular agenda, the council first considered changes to its November and December meeting schedule. The city's regular meetings normally fall on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays, but several of those dates this year conflict with the Texas Municipal League annual conference and with holiday observances. To work around those conflicts, the council voted to reschedule its November and December meetings to November 5th, November 17th, December 3rd, and December 17th. Finally, the council set a proposed not-to-exceed tax rate for the upcoming fiscal year and scheduled a public hearing. Each year, the city must adopt a property tax rate to fund its budget. Setting a not-to-exceed rate establishes a ceiling. The final adopted rate can be lower, but it cannot go higher than what is set here, which allows residents to know the maximum before the rate is finalized. The council set the proposed not-to-exceed rate at 59.7152 cents per $100 of valuation, which is the calculated voter approval rate. This does not mean taxes are going up by that full amount. It sets the ceiling for the conversations ahead. As presented at the budget workshop last week, the city is proposing to keep the tax rate the same at 58.5 cents. A public hearing on the tax rate is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Wednesday, September 10th at Taylor City Hall, where residents can share their input before the council adopts a final rate. The council then convened into executive session to consult with the city attorney regarding potential litigation regarding Chapter 43 development agreements, legal issues related to contractor performance, a package sewer plant permit regarding the Rummel Tract, Big Watt data center development, formerly Project Mustang, KDC2, formerly Project Meridian, and a Chapter 380 development agreement and tax abatement agreement with iMarket America. Note action was taken on these items. Thank you for tuning into your Council Connection. Don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you in the next one.